TCG collection video where I show all of my TCG collection and, any other things related therein, such as collectibles. We are starting off with the Pokemon Go binder. This is stuff I originally was going to sell, but I wanted to wait for the value to go up in like 20 years, so I was like, you know what, I'll keep it. So we'll go through and start with that, and then we'll get to some vintage binders. That one I kept because it's an error or a miscut, and the lighting's gonna actually not go with me today, so I did not notice that when I tried to stream. So can we give me a second, guys? Let me do I have a box I can prop it up with? Let me get a box to prop it up with, guys. Try to get some of that glare out. Oh, bumping the camera once a video. At least once a video. Alright, so we're gonna get this up. Now that we got something to prop it with. And hopefully that will at least help me and then I'll just adjust the camera a little bit. Man, lighting in my apartment is just bad. This camera stand is awful too. There we go. There we go. That's better. So we'll try to go like that. All right, we'll start from that. And then Venusaur. As you can see, I tried to do sets. Was there two different foilings? I think they're, oh yeah, two different foiling, two different arts. Now I did put these in upside down. I used to do that all the time for my collectibles and stuff. And of course, these prices are not the current prices. And these aren't for sale at the moment anyway. So it would not matter. Pokemon Go was the first set in many years I tried to complete because it didn't seem that big. But it actually was a little bigger than I thought it was. I have some of them set aside to be graded one day. And yeah, I tried to complete evolutions and stuff like that. Evolutionary lines. These are the cheap pages, that's why they're so bendy. That's why it's also really hard to get them to do what I need. Anything in the binder, unless it's in the back, will have the basic form too. I just put it behind that, which you may be able to see. No. But the basic forms are in there with each of them. So it is complete for each of those. If by chance the price doesn't go up, I'll probably end up putting them in my vending machine anyway. But for now, these are my personal collection. We got so many Venusaurs before we were able to pull the Charizard. It was insane, guys. It took us, has to be over 40 or 50 packs just to pull the Charizard. We pulled every other card pretty much but the Charizard. So it's like, we ended up pulling it in a different set for the, what was it, Shiny Charizard or the something Charizard. But we finally got one after that, so not bad. Wonder what these have gone up to. Okay, and that's the end of this binder, so I will go get the second binder. I did that wrong, didn't I? This is in the back, yes. So it does go this way to close, and that's... Go. Get the next binder. Alright, this one should... I think this one's Neo. Is this Neo set? Something like that? This might be Neo. Please excuse any mess, by the way. I was cleaning and a bunch of stuff fell over to the right, so I do apologize. Oh, this is... okay. This is actually a fun one, too. This is actually a better binder. Oh, I gotta change the camera a little bit because this is a taller binder. Okay, so these are my personal collection, the ones I'm keeping for the vending sticker card collection. I currently have the largest collection in Eastern United States. So we'll go through those. If I pull back just a bit. There we go. We have different foilings for each. Different ones. And of course, I kept the most minty ones for myself, as well as errors and stuff like that. And some of them, like the Growlithe, I'm like, well, I don't want to sell the Growlithe. It's one of my favorites. These were actually pretty hard to find, I guess, in terms of, you know, value anyway. That one had some error there with the scuffing. Okay, so where are we? Because these, okay, so these ones are really unique. These are the ones you want more than any because they are way harder to find. Some of them are limited sets of these cards, which are limited in themselves. And I'm going to try to show you here the difference between the foiling. You have the square foiling. You have the diamond checked foiling, kind of. They have one that is in a square with rounded foiling. Like, I'm going to call that lightning foiling, kind of. But we'll pull it out. Then we have this kind. Butterfly art foiling. Very hard to find the butterfly, excuse me, art foiling. And we have a few of those. Then we have, oh, here we go. This one actually has, this one's actually a really good one. This one actually has the butterfly in it, the full-bodied butterfly, if I can get it to show you. can kind of see it. There we go. The full body butterfly. So that was a nice example of that. But those are very hard to find as well. Then on to the other side, we have more butterfly foiling. We have the Christmas edition holiday set foiling. It says Merry Christmas with a bunch of different designs. That's also very hard to find. Then this set here, well, this one here, with that kind of foiling is very rare as well. I try to put them, I believe, from most common to rarest. And that one's definitely among one of the highest rarities right there. And you can see as to why. And, you can kind of see the Merry Christmas there. Foil pattern design. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, so it ended with here, and I had another one of those. The rarest of the foiling, like the pinnacle of them, is the actual fireworks. A lot of people think the starburst is a firework. No, that's not a firework. That is a starburst. It's little stars that burst. This one, you'll actually see, is actual firework. That is the original firework, and that is the hardest foiling to find. You are very lucky if you have even one of these. Because I, as having the largest collection in eastern United States, I only have had 2 of these in my lifetime. The other one got damaged, and this is the only surviving one that I've seen. So if you have one, definitely let me know. All right. So yeah, that's why that one's in the middle page by itself. So then we'll go to again to the more common ones. Let me just move that over because this keeps, the binder is very heavy. Then different foilings of each. If there's 2 of the same one, that's because they were either miscut or there were other errors such as misprints and stuff like that. Here's some more rarity sets with foiling. You can kind of see how this one has little squares with like little bubbles that spin instead of the choppy ones like below. You can kind of see the difference between them. This is a higher rarity, but it also I've only seen on this set as well. Just because there's, fewer of them, people wanted the earlier editions a little more, so they kept them a little better. Then we have this style here. It's like a fan foil, where it's like, kind of looks like if you open a fan, that's kind of what it looks like on the foiling. Those are quite rare. Then below we have the oil slick, which are one of the more common ones, but are still really hard to find. The oil slick ones tend to sell for a lot because they are very limited as well. So it's like, it's really hard to put them into each rarity because some of them are just so far and few between that you're not going to find them, or they're just going to be so expensive. And that's mainly because if you look at the trainers, they just shine so bright and they're so nice. But yeah, that's the oil slick set. Then we have the rain set, or what I'm going to call the rain set. There's probably a different name for it that I'm not thinking of. You can kind of see how it has kind of like sliding digital patterns. I think that one might be the digital set, and my eyes are just tired. Yeah, that one's the digital rain set. So it's like little tiny squares connected to little tiny other foiling squares raining down, up and down the artwork. So that's pretty hard to find. And then there's a few of those. Those are really hard to find as well. Then you have the digital artwork to the side foiling. A little harder to find. I don't know why this one's not with the other one. With this foiling, I must have mixed that up. Now, one of the other ones that's really popular are the large square foilings. These ones go for a lot. You can see how it's just big squares, and they kind of have the, the nice even rotation, or not the choppy foils, but they have the big squares. Those are popular. If you're lucky, if you can find them. Then there's this one, which is also really hard to find. I don't know if there's a name for it, like a particular name. But this one has all kinds of unique designs. Those are extremely rare. I've only seen that one in my whole collection, so it's like they're really hard to find if I only have one that tells you how hard they are to find of them. And then for the last one, for the different foilings, we have the Solar Star foiling. And you see it's just a bunch of nice little stars, kind of like a solar system. Those are pretty hard to find as well. Those are, just for that short amount of time, those are like some of the rarest cards in my collection. And they are Pokemon Vending Sticker Collection. Some of them are easy to find, some of them are definitely not. Such as these are sticker collections, but these are far easier to find than stuff like this. Because I think they did more stuff like this. But we do have some really good ones here. And I'm taking pride in my collection. I do apologize, but sometimes you gotta. So this is the one commonly confused with the starburst pattern, and I'll show you this. This is not the starburst pattern. This is more like a snow or, yeah, like a snowflake or flake style. You can see, kind of looks more like a snowflake. People confuse it for the starburst because of that, but that is not the starburst. The other one I showed you prior was the actual starburst. Each set usually has different rarities, but there's all kinds of them. Some of these are just insanely hard to find. Like that one. I had another Wooper that sold out crazy fast. People love these. They said those alone sell for about 25 each. It's crazy, guys. And that's just for the regular form, which is that's a little harder to get, and that one's a little more. But I got all kinds of them, and this is just one binder too. Like I got two more binders plus cards, just all of these, which I haven't got into binders yet. Oh, that's why I did it, because it's I gotta go in and mark each page, but it's not a big deal, so I'll just do this for now. These are some really rare ones, but still on the more common side. Some of these are different than others, even though they'll have the same picture. They'll have different foilings and stuff like that. But yeah, some of these are quite expensive, and surprisingly, some of them are not that expensive at all. Why is that one in a sleeve? That one must have been one of the super expensive ones if it's in a sleeve like that. or I just didn't want to take it out and put it in a plastic sleeve. Some of the collector sets, or collector's ones, I should say. The higher rarity and stuff like that. Team Rocket, of course, Nurse Misty. I have not found a Nurse Misty that hasn't had a scratch on it. Some of them just you can't, but luckily I have two that didn't have the scratch on it, which is really hard to find. Everyone wants the Misty, so definitely kept the Misties. Then Team Rocket being wanted, and or not wanted. That's James being wanted. Oh man, I love this. And you see some of them have different foilings and stuff like that. From what I can tell, most of these are pretty similar in rarity, but that then goes to popularity, which is where a lot of these will come in, such as the Mermaid Snorkeling Misty, which is one of the higher ones, and then Team Rocket. Some really nice ones. Some of the more common ones. Then Misties. I kept as many Misties as I could. Again, because most of the Misties have scuffing, bubbling. A lot of times on the Misty, right in this area, there's bubbling in the sticker, and you can you can kind of see it on this one. It's really hard because of the lighting, but they bubble up. Like it, for some reason, the machine had issues producing them in that spot. And most of the time, they're like really big bubbles, which are really hard to get rid of. And honestly, once a bubble comes up, there's no way to get rid of it but to smack it down. So I made sure to keep as many in mint condition as I could, and the ones that were still may have had a little bubble, or because it had like unique art foiling artwork. But you see the difference in them because some of them are harder to get than others. I know I'm not making much sense here. I'm not good at explaining things, guys, but I know a lot of you just want me to speed along, but I just can't. I love my collection too much. It means the world to me. So here we have an error. It's where the text on the print from another card got stuck to the print and ended up going on to the card after it or before it. Or you know what I mean, stamping a different card from a different sheet or something like that, I guess. But yeah, lots of nice ones. You wouldn't believe me even if I told you how much this binder was worth. I tell you what. It's a little over $20,000 for this binder. This one is a nice one. There's another one. I think I don't know if we've seen it yet, but there's one card. Here we go. This page alone is worth like $800. These are worth 125 each. Technically, people online are selling the square artworks for about 140, 150 from what I've seen. No one has the star artwork. I have all known copies of them at the moment. I currently have like all but like four or five known copies of the square artwork. And then I believe, yeah, and then I am the only one who also is known to have the rarest of them, which is the square with the smooth spin. But yeah, I own all but 4 to 5 copies of cosplay Team Rocket. So it's pretty cool. You know, you can see why I love my collection because it's unique. But yeah, easily a $22,000 binder. A lot of people have actually started buying these and just sticking them to like books and stuff. Like this alone is a $10 to $12 card. Might be able to find it a little less, but that's the average price just for that. And some of the cards again are like that's probably $180 to $200 sticker. But yeah, there's a lot of fun you can have just by looking and having just a good time remembering the old days. It's getting a little heavy, so I want to be careful. Here's a really big error Pikachu. It's going to be hard to see, but his face is all coated in black because of that ink. And it's actually, you can actually see, what is it, Konami or Bandai? I can't remember. Is that what it is? That might be that one. Oh no, it's something in Japanese. I have one where it has like, what is it, Bandai, I believe? Yeah, Bandai on the Pokemon's face. That one has something written. I don't know what it says. I can't read Japanese, but a lot of errors in here. And then a bunch of Togepi, or a couple Togepi errors where the eggs have Japanese writing on them. The first one I think was just I don't remember how much that one is. I think when it came out it was a couple hundred or something like that. Maybe not, maybe like a 125 or something. But this one definitely easily could buy me a car. All right, I'll get the third one. Okay, the third one has to be the Neo, right? I don't know. We'll see. It's as much of a surprise to me as it is to you guys. I've slowly tried to get better binder behavior. Oh, okay. So this one is base set 1, base set Shadowless Jungle. Okay, so this one should have some really nice stuff in it. Hold that up like a screenshot or something. Okay, here we go. I want to be very careful with these because a lot of these are hard to get your hands on. Well, not for a lot of people, but for me. I have a Meowth sticker that came in collector's tins or some kind of deck tin. Oh, Topps tin. Okay. Yeah, a lot of them will be upside down just because I put them in upside down. That's how I used to keep them. I do apologize for the bad binder behavior. And you can also see that a lot of the prices are outdated. If it has a first edition for the base set on top, chances are I have the first edition underneath, or multiples of the Shadowless, or the regular base, I'll say. Unlimited, there we go. But yeah, bad binder, I know bad binder behavior. I'm trying to fix it. It's just binders are, $20 a pop right now. But I will get it fixed, I promise. I believe all of my vintage binders will have this kind of binder setup. Okay, here we go. Spanish base set. We have the base set Charizard there in English. I wanted to put it back here to have a little extra protection. Fresh from the pack, Nidoking and Guapo. Interesting how Nidoking in Spanish is the correct spelling, and then Guapo is the Spanish spelling. I guess it's Spanish there too, but you think it would also be similar there. But yeah, nice first edition Spanish cards. Nice. Looks like I put the Spanish with the English. I remember one year my mom gave me a giant plastic candy cane. It had a whole bunch of trading cards packs inside. Random stuff. Had like Star Wars, Star Trek, whatever was popular at the time. And it came with a German pack of base set. That's a nice one. Turns out they're pretty rare. I kind of wish I kept it sealed, but if I did that, it probably would have got stolen with the other 90% of my collection at the time. And again, there are multiples for a lot of these. Man, I gotta get better lighting. This I will try to clean out the the recording studio at some point, but or the recording corner technically. Just ended up working on a bunch of card projects and just didn't end up finishing, and just led to being here for now. That took me the long... Oh. Jungle. I think... Oh, error electrode where it doesn't have the symbol. I think I have a couple of errors for that. Oh, yeah. The Snorlax error. I think those have gone up quite a bit, to be honest, especially the Snorlax. Snorlax has gained a lot of popularity. But this card took me the longest to get. I had 2 Charizards or 3 Charizards before I even had this. I ended up being getting this by buying a collection. I could not find one by trading or anything like that. So that one took me the longest to get. So a little fun fact. Maybe I'll throw in a quiz if anyone makes it this far. But beautiful collection, I think. There's the correct ones with the actual symbols. I had a Wigglytuff, and there was a time I had so many Wigglytuff, I was using them as examples of what a damaged card is. Because I'm like, oh, I'll just get another one. And then one day it's like, no, you got all the ones in your area. And I'm like, dang. So that's why I don't have Wigglytuff, because I destroyed them all in different ways to show people the different levels of condition quality. Oh my god. I feel stupid because they're like $12 now. See, I like these older pages, these nice sticker pages, because you can actually work with them without them flopping on you. It's actually pretty interesting how much some of these sets have gone up. Like, you can tell how old this is just by looking at the prices and stuff. I might actually have some of these. I really gotta work with these binders. Hopefully I can find some binders at like a yard sale or something. $20 for a binder at Walmart that only cost $1 to make, not even 10 cents to make, is a bit much. They went up from $3 up to $20 in just a year and a half. So I was like, no, I'm good. I have to have the Gyarados. I know I have some of these. Not the Pidgeot. The nine. The reason some of these are like the Ninetales. If I'm going to get a Ninetales for this, it's going to be a PSA 10. Which I will never be able to afford, let's be honest. But Beedrill, nice. Venus, that's up to like 40, $50 now. And that's actually a good conditioned one. I don't know why I didn't put it in a special inner sleeve. I don't know why people don't like Poliwrath that much. I think he's cool. Let me know in the comments if you are a Poliwrath disliker. Why don't you like Poliwrath? What did he do? Arcanine. Some of these I definitely get a graded one of. Kadabra during the time where they're really hard to get sometimes. Lawsuit, Abracadabra, Alakazam. I don't know if he did all three, but I know Kadabra was some kind of lawsuit. And I think they cut his printing early. I could be wrong. I know I got a Tor. Oh, it must have been damaged to the point where it wasn't worth putting in, because I got a bunch of Tauros in the giveaway that are in really good condition. So why? Okay, I guess I'll have to take one out and put it in. Oh no, I put them in the packs. Okay. Yeah, I did mystery packs where I put some good cards in there, and I had some nice near mint condition Tauros. So I was like, you know what? I'll just throw them in there, and that's what I did. Bullpix. I ended up keeping. I end up keeping all the Bullpix, all the Ninetales and stuff like that. If they're on my favorites list, I'll keep them until I get so many. It's just like I can't keep any more. But there's a few that you'll never get from me: Lucario, Zorora, Cinderace, Ninetales. Probably, most likely Umbreon. I got a nice original Moonbreon around here somewhere. Alright, on to the next binder. Alright, I think we'll just do this one last binder, and then we'll call it. One more binder to go. So this is what I had most of my collection in. It ended up being up like that, and everyone's like, you need to pull that out. And I'm like, okay, I will pull them out and I'll put them in individual binders. But this binder, I kid you not, had a lot of what you just saw in it as well. It was open like that. That's how bad it was at one point. So this is one's gonna take the longest. This has a bunch of stuff in it. It's also like, I don't know, it's very heavy. I'm not even gonna try to guess. But you can also see how old the binder is. I don't want to hit the camera. I gotta be careful. So I had a Russian friend back in the day before the whole Ukraine thing. He gave me that paper. I still don't know what that is. I never actually took the time to look up whatever it was, but whatever it is, I have the paper. So if there's any questions about that, I hope it's not anything bad. I don't know. All right, we got Legendary Collection Meowth. Not Meowth, Persian. I actually have a few Legendary Collection. Ooh, yeah, I gotta. A lot of times I'll take extra pages and I'll put them in the front and the back. That way it absorbs the weight. But the card's good, but this corner here is starting to bend a little. And that could just be because I had it facing, face down. But I'll put some extra pages in to keep safe. Knit Queen. I have two of these, and unfortunately, both of them had a crease right here. And this one has a crease all over. I don't know what happened to that one. I think maybe someone took it or something. I had a lot of stuff stolen from me over the years. I had first edition Charizards and all that stolen from me. By bulk, too. Like, it was crazy. But, oh, Legendary Collection for here. Kept the space open so I could hopefully one day clear it. I would love to complete each of these sets in PSA 10 quality. That would be probably my goal, but that's obviously never going to happen. LOL. Just get the favorites and leave it at that, Good enough. Okay, I forget what the set, Neo, no, is it Neo? I forget what set this is. But nice Espeon. That's gotta be an expensive Espeon by now. That one's in an inner sleeve. One of my all-time favorites, the Magnemite with this foiling. Love that foiling. Like, one of the best foilings ever done. Same with this Espeon. Very beautiful Espeon. And then Fortress was weird, but also cool. And I liked this set. I used to build decks with them back in the day, and just for fun, and carry them in pockets, and just the good old days where it didn't really matter because they were there. There was abundance. That Eevee is, I guess, tubby, fluffy Eevee, something. But some nice ones here. I never understood why they made some of the unknown rares and left the other ones common or uncommon. I guess it's something to just, hey, we have to have a rare, or we'll complete the set that way or something. I'm not sure, but wasn't there an unknown O back here? No, I have too many unknown. Mayor Reap, back with the best artwork for Mayor Reap, the most adorable one. Hit that like button if you agree. Aerodactyl, oh my gosh, I'm becoming my uncle. Some nice ones there. I do apologize, guys. I know I'm talking a lot, but my collection has been with me since they first came out in the United States in the store promo packs, in which Ponyta was my first Pokemon. Wow. Oh, cool. Foiled and then a non-foil. But yeah, they mean a lot to me. So I guess I just try to point that out whenever I make a video on them. I know I mean, I try to go fast, but I don't know. To me, these are more than cards. They're life, a way of life, if you will. The things I've endured while collecting these and life events that have gone on is a lot, and that's why they mean so much to me. First edition Giovanni. Ended up buying a mini collection and got him, and I was like, oh wow, he's in actually really good condition. Kogas or Pidgeotto, Kogas Pidgeotto, one of my favorites. And don't worry, I'm holding it. It's not. I'm not letting it sag. They're not getting crinkled. One of my all-time favorite Rapidash. I would definitely love to get one as a PSA 10. Same with the Brock's Vulpix, and that one's actually the WB version, the Warner Brothers promo. I'm sorry, guys. A little bit emotional looking at these. I don't look at them very often, but yeah, they do mean the world to me. Giovanni's Meowth. Look at that. Like, oh man, if I had the money, I'd get each and every one of these graded right now. I'd walk up if I had to myself all the way to one of the grading companies and put them in. Blaine's Ponyta, another one of my favorites. Growlithe with its tongue out. And of course, Vulpix with the Will-O-Wisp in the background. In fact, because of the Vulpix Will-O-Wisp and the Ninetales Will-O-Wisp, I actually made a card in my set to honor uh, the Vulpix and the Ninetales Will-O-Wisp attacks. Um, yeah, I know most of you won't, probably any of you won't appreciate that, but yeah, I just, you know, if you make it this far and actually listen and take your time with me, then hopefully you'll understand. Most of you are probably times 4 speeding this and muting, so for those of you who don't, I do very much appreciate it. Beautiful Erica's Clefable. That one I got in that collection set as well. Beautiful foiling. Like, my camera can't do it justice because it's terrible and the camera stand is terrible and the lighting is terrible, but beautiful cards. They'll never be able to do this kind of artwork again. The new stuff is nice, I'll give it that, but after a while it's missing something. Misty's pre-release, cruel. I actually had the whole deck and I accidentally left it out in the rain. I cannot I cannot replace it, sadly. That was back when I was in foster care and stuff. Hitmonlee. Rockets, Mewtwo. I could have sworn I had another one. Oh, that's the other. I do have another one of these. I don't know where it is, but I do have another one of these. Um, Brock's Rhyhorn. I think I actually gave one of these to my neighbor. He has them hanging on his wall. Ah, Misty. I'll replace when able. Yeah. Growlithe. What am I missing there? I don't know. Eevee again. Holding a Pokeball. And then, of course, another Blaine's Ponyta. Brock's. Seal was on my favorites list for a while. Eventually it got worked off, but I still like Seal. Steel is cool. I see people destroy these all the time, and I don't get it. It's like I damaged my Wigglytuff back in the day, but I don't get why people are doing that now, especially if they're graded at 10. Real. On to wait, Rockets set. I must have had a Rockets card in the wrong place. Unless it was first edition, maybe. Um, Here we have Dark Dragonite, Charizard, and of course the Gyarados. Interesting artwork for that. A lot of people don't like Golbat either. I don't get it, but oh, give me a second, guys. The box is sliding off the table. Charmeleon, gotta love that artwork. And of course, Dragonair. Evolutions. Probably my favorite set from the time. The Hollands, the Delta species, and stuff like that. They were so unique at the time. Uh, I just really loved the artwork, especially when I ended up making just a few years before they came out with these an artwork of a horsey doing a bubble attack, but the bubbles are like on fire. And then they did fire steel, and I was like, that's awesome. But Deoxys, Flygon, a lot of these I ended up buying from some kid who was moving away back in the day. Of course, he wasn't much younger than I was at the time. Pidgeot, Latias. But definitely among my favorite cards of the time is the Kingdra. And of course, we have Rayquaza. I used to have the foil Latias, but I had a foster brother who also stole a bunch of my cards. I was like, oh, he's gonna steal my cards, and I can't find him. Well, I'm gonna go steal his cards and see how he likes it. It was crazy. Then he also stole money from me too, so it's like, I don't know. But I didn't do it maliciously. I only stole from him because he stole from me. I definitely agree, don't steal from others, but if they steal from you, what are you gonna do? Beautiful full arts. This really got me started into loving full art lands in Magic and energy in Pokemon. Ooh. But this is where it started, and I think you can tell, because if I found it, I kept it. And some more here. Heracross. I mean, I'm not a fan of bugs, but Heracross is totally awesome. For alligator with the regular and the foil. I think there are different rarities in there. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember how that works. But Heracross as a fire was definitely cool. Milotic, or Milotic as I call it. Nidoqueen, really cool looking Nidoqueen. Ninetales, not my favorite artwork of Ninetales, but it's still really cool. Of course, Typhlosion. I love the Typhlosion lore. It's so hysterical. And then Dugong. Dugong, I think, was still on my top 30 list at that time. Jinx. And of course, I have a It's supposed to be a pop 1 card because it's an error. But recently they put another card in its category. So I have to contact them and see what that's about. At one point it was the rarest what, oh god, what, not Togekiss, the Smoochum or something. I forget. I'll have to check because I have it in a box put away, so I'll have to double check. But the pre-evolve, I'm pretty sure, from that set. And then I have that as the foil, as a pop 1. And then I have its evolution as a pop 1 from this set. Wait, is it that evolution? No, it's the Vulpix, the Bayleaf, and then the Smoochum in their foil forms. And I think some are foil promo, or the reverse foil forms where they had the little thing on it. I just looked at them the other day and I already forgot. So it's like, oh, Horsey, I have one of these graded. Oh, Cyndaquil foil. Nice. Ralts. Ralts, surprisingly, was not on my list back then. It was cool and all, but it wasn't on my list. It wasn't till later that it ended up getting on my top 50 or 100 list. Of course, you know, earlier there wasn't that many. I didn't really like the Vulpix in the set. I wasn't a fan of like the claymation style, I guess. But it is an interesting little card. Oh, Whooper. I know a few people who would pay over top dollar for that. But it's in my collection, you can't have it. Apparently, I have... Oh, they're non-foil underneath it, okay. Very carefully get this put back in. There we go. I promise I'll fix it. I promise. The Altaria, beautiful foiling on that. Fortunately, it has the line right through it. I'm told recently some people are preferring that. I don't know why, but last I knew that lowered the value. I don't know if that's changed. The Beedrill, I actually had someone steal this Beedrill off me, and they creased it. Oh man, that was the closest I ever got to punching that person in the face, and he was a friend of mine. Luckily, I found another one in good condition. Crobat. I used to have a nice Crobat deck. Not for this one, but the later sets. Oh, here they are. Latios. 2 different rarities of them, and then Mewtwo, 2 different rarities of them. Of course, the Jolteon, very nice. I had a theory, the closer they were to Holin's Tower, the stronger they were, or the more rare they were. And my theory was actually kind of right, considering Mewtwo being one of the strongest is inside the tower. Same with Tyranitar. And if you look at the evolutions, the evolutions are either on top of the tower or at the base of the tower. And the evolutions, you know, are strong. And Rayquaza, of course, just being up in the sky because, you know, why wouldn't he be? Salamence took me forever. That still needs to be replaced with a good condition one, but this was OP. I used these all the time. 2 different rarities again. Oh, right. One is the reverse foil, and then the other one's the regular foil. Collect, draw 3 for 1 energy. I would use that to draw most of my deck and just trash the opponent. It didn't last long. You have to put defensive stuff on it, but it helped a lot. 3 cards in Pokemon can help, especially back then. But Nice foiling. I kind of wish they did the whole body for Rapidash. It's not bad. I just it would have been better if they did the full body. The Ditto. I used to have the whole set of Ditto. I don't know. Oh, some of those got stolen too. Yeah, that's what it was. They always seemed to do unique stuff with the Magnemite. Because if I'm right, this was like the only one where they had that style. I don't. Oh no, the Holland's Voltorb too. But yeah, you know, Magnemites used to be like their artwork test card, kinda, if you get what I mean. Nice Ponyta there. Oh man, that's trashed. Blastoise. Fortunately, I wasn't able to find one that wasn't trashed. I mean, I could go on YouTube or eBay and stuff and buy these, but I don't know. I kind of. My collections are mainly from going out, experiencing life, talking with people, having, conversations. And that's how I got, like, most of my cards. Going out, buying the packs fresh, stuff like that. Nice Blastoise. I don't know why my camera got zoomed in, but Swellot, that one weirded me out a little bit. I was never really a fan. Yeah, the Firo wasn't really that good of artwork, I thought, but I loved that Charmeleon artwork. About to use like Tail Whip or something. But that was definitely one of my favorites. I wouldn't mind getting one of those 10 one day. Venusaur, kind of a little wonky style, but definitely not the worst artwork. Marchomp. Oh yeah, and then here's the Charmander doing it too. I really gotta get that set. Of course, I can't afford the 10 Charizard, but the Charmander and the Charmeleon would be really nice to get. Spearow. Sceptile EX. Surprisingly, not in bad condition considering. Oh man, the Entei from Neo Revelation. Is that base Neo or Neo Revelation? There's another Neo, isn't there? I can't recall. But yeah, I ended up getting ripped off by getting a bunch of Neos. Um, then Neos were like, hey, we're gonna skyrocket. And then it's like, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'll get those graded one day and they'll be worth more than alone than what I traded. The nice Moltres e-reader. The Houndoom. Okay, there's a story with that Houndoom. I used to steal from CVS, and I stole about that many cards. And I got caught because the other kid got caught. And of course, when the other kid gets caught, why would he keep his mouth shut? He told my mom he had to give his cards back. She walked him into CVS, and he had to give them back himself. My mom took them, made me feel guilty, and taught me a life lesson, which, even she took them, but of course we were super poor. We were more poor than the other family. She took them, and that year because I actually behaved for the rest of the year, which was surprising. She actually gave me all the cards I stole from CVS for Christmas, and I was like, but I thought you threw them away or gave them back, and she's like, well, I was going to, but I forgot, so here you go, or something like that. So it was pretty funny. And definitely to this day one of my all-time favorite cards in for the older sets, and definitely still want to this day one of the best artworks ever made for a card, especially Houndoom. Oh man, the memory. Typhlosion, one of my favorite. See, they need to bring that back, but that's one of my favorites. I gotta get him one of him graded too, one day. Coming to an end. Oh gosh, I used to do grading. I was gonna start a grading company, so I pre-graded cards, and that one was number okay. That was grade number 7, 2016. I guess I graded it a 7. Oh, I mean, it doesn't look that bad, but the page is all scratched up and I'm losing my eyesight, so. Ponyta, love that Ponyta. One of the most adorable Ponytas. Oh, man. Vulpix. Not my one of my favorite Vulpix, but I like it better than the other one. I really like the e-reader set. Some more nice ones. Mighty Anna, one of my all-time favorites. I like that artwork a lot. Mercargo, amazing looking card. That's been one of my favorites for years. Oh man, that's all crushed up. I must have got that from the scamming store that closed down. Dustox, Swampert, Cacturn, really cool ones. I have had the Pichu foil at one point. That probably got stolen too. One of my favorite Raichu, to be honest, is probably that one. No, there's another one where it's like running on all fours. It might be that one. Might be my second, but it's possible it could be my first. I don't know. But the other one where it's running is probably, I would have to say, my favorite, which we'll end up getting to that in a different video. And a cute little peach. I know I have one for. I thought I had one graded, but I don't think I did. I think I was going to get it and never did. All right, last page. Oh no. Oh no. Don't fall because there's expensive stuff in there. No. Okay. And yeah, last page. If you made it this far, thank you guys so much. I know I was supposed to go fast, and I know that's what a lot of you wanted, but I can't do it with these. They just mean too much to me, and I can't help every time I go in here, which is only like once every 2 years, take my time to look, and I do apologize. But I hope you appreciated part 2. I thank you so much for watching, and let me know what's your favorite Pokemon. You know, what's your favorite card? What's that one card that, not because it's worth money or because it's everyone else likes it. What's that one card that means the world to you? And put it down in the comments. But anyway, guys, until next time, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and remember, treat others the way you wanted to be treated. Have a good night.